Hi, I'm Tony, aka Crazy for Comic Con, and we are less than 3 days away from San Diego Comic Con 2013. And it's like midnight right now because we wrapped on our Wrath-A-Con party, the 4th annual pre-Comic Con party. And man, I'm like super tired already, and I can't believe it's con week because I'm already whipped. But yeah, we had an awesome time. It's with a bunch of my friends. We've been going to Comic-Con together for a long time now. And about 4 years ago we started this Wrath-A-Con party, and to get together and to do eat, and people create these awesome like nerd themed snacks, and we play nerd trivia, and we give out swag, and then we just share stories and we share what we're excited about. And it really is an awesome time for us. And so but I'm really tired now, so forgive me if my tip of the day is incoherent. But I did want to share, also I finished my one of my shirts that I'm wearing for Comic-Con. I'm displaying it. I showed these patches. Check this out. Boom. Boom. And then this action right there. So I'm really excited. I can't think of a more appropriate shirt, superhero shirt to wear than at Comic-Con. So yeah, I can't believe that Comic-Con's only a couple days away. My tip of the day is two things. This is two ideas that I guarantee you is no other website's probably talking about in relation to Comic-Con, but there's something that's really near and dear and important to me. It's something that I feel like really makes a difference in your Comic-Con experience. And so for my final, I may do one more tip of the day, but for my final big post, my final big thing I want to say to you guys on the eve of Comic-Con is this. The first one is about the idea of generosity. And what I mean by that is I challenge you guys not to go to Comic-Con just thinking strictly about what you can get out of it for yourself. And what I mean by that is, maybe there's opportunities for you to be generous to those people around you at Comic-Con. And so, maybe you're in line and you decide to run off to grab some coffee. Offer coffee to the people in front of you, people behind you, but just, be generous and say, hey, can I get you guys anything? Maybe you're in a line for a signing, and a fan comes up that clearly didn't know the length of the signing, and maybe you could say, hey, I have space for another signing, give me your book and I'll get it signed for you, and just let me take care of that for you. Or maybe you are in line for a panel and there's someone who comes up and they missed it by hours and hours, or there's no way they're going to get in line for it. Chances are it's their first year, and you have a chance to say, hey, why don't you jump in with me in line? I know not a lot of people are going to maybe support that or to encourage that, but there are a lot of people out there that are experiencing Comic-Con for the first time, and your generosity could really change their whole experience. And by reaching out to them and saying, hey, come join me in line, I get that you didn't get how long Hall H was going to be or whatever, that would totally make someone's experience, just make their day. And even in the panel rooms themselves, you're sitting there and you see the couple walk in, or two friends come in, and they can't find seats to themselves. But you look on either side of you, you got space, and say, hey, we'll gladly scoot over, why don't you come sit down here? It's those little things like that it's not something that you're going to see on the top 10 things you need to prepare for Comic-Con. But I really do believe that taking a spirit of generosity really not only changes the impact or the experience that another person has, but I honestly believe it does change your own outlook, because you're not looking solely towards filling your own need and solely towards what you can get out of the convention, but you're looking for an opportunity to say, hey, let me give back to the fan community that I love so much, and let me help other people who maybe are out of luck or just didn't know. And we've all, if you've gone to Comic-Con for any length of time, you've been the recipient of someone's generosity before. And so I encourage you guys to go to Comic-Con with the purpose of, how can I be generous to someone else? And how can I show someone, especially if they're new to Comic-Con, what can I do to help them out? Maybe getting exclusive, getting a signing, getting a panel, getting into an event, something that will help them have a great experience. And I guarantee you, if you go with that perspective in mind, that your Comic-Con will be one of the best ones you ever had. Okay, for my second big part of this post is the idea of dreams. And what I mean by that is, if you're coming to Comic-Con, there's awesome things to see, the panels are awesome, but my guess is that that you have some inner dreams in you that Comic-Con can help bring out. And so this has to be more than just seeing some really great toys and some great panels, but maybe being in this whole environment of creativity, maybe there's something that through Comic-Con that is calling you to do something bigger and greater with your life. You know, maybe for you, after seeing the 4 days of the show, maybe you need to start writing that blog you've always wanted to write. Maybe you need to start that business you've always wanted to start. Maybe it's time to say, hey, you know, I'm going to change careers and I'm going to be a writer. I've always wanted to write, and I'm going to write a screenplay. I'm going to, you know, write a comic book. Maybe you're an artist and you say, you know, I felt like I can cut it, but this is the time for me to take a step. Maybe you want to be a toy designer, whatever it is. But Comic-Con, I feel like the most positive impact that it can have on someone is that it can really affect your whole outlook on life and inspire you to take some steps in a direction that you never thought you would take before. Another way to think about it is that every creator, all the directors, all the artists, all the actors and panelists that you see, we're all just like you and I, sitting there in front of a blank page and wondering, can I do this? And they all took their step of faith, and they all took risks, and they put themselves out there, and they tried something that was scary and different, and it took them to the next level, and maybe it took them a long time, but they did something about it, and they found themselves in a place where they're creating. And so I believe that there's a ton of people like that right now in our Comic-Con audience, in our community. That Comic-Con is a place that not only do you get to fan out and see awesome stuff, but it's potentially about you fulfilling your dreams. And so as you experience a convention, I encourage you guys in the relative quiet spaces that you have, maybe it's in line, maybe it's hanging out at night, or maybe while you're falling asleep in bed, to really reflect on what are the unrealized dreams that Comic-Con is directing me towards. You know, what are those things that I still need to take a step in? And you know, my hope and my personal dream is that you find your calling in life, you find something that you're excited and passionate about, and that this time next year you've taken a step in that direction. 4 years ago when I started this website, I had no idea where it would take me. I just thought I'm just going to write a few thoughts down. And so, and through it, I've been able to not only to practice the craft of writing. I'm now halfway through a screenplay that I'm working on, and I've been able to meet so many great fans and have so many great opportunities and go to so many great shows. And 4 years ago, I would never have predicted that my life would be the way it is now. It's not all rosy and perfect, and there's tons of challenges and all that. But the point being is that Comic-Con really opened that doorway for me. And so as you go to Comic-Con this year, I want to challenge you guys to, hey, look at your dreams and see what this show is kind of directing you to maybe take that next step in. Well, that's my last big post of this year. I'm going to post maybe another thing about restaurants, maybe a couple of the restaurants that I'm going to be hitting at. I'm also going to post my big cosplay reveal in the next couple of days. I think on Tuesday I'm going to reveal my cosplay for this year. And I'm going to also post my schedule of some places that I'm going to be at all week long, as far as like the after parties and some of the events, and maybe a couple little things. So I'm going to squeeze in as many things as I can before Tuesday, and then pretty much from Wednesday on, it's going to be just it's going to be just following me on Twitter as far as updates and pics and all that. All right, well, thanks so much for joining me for this tip of the day, and we'll see you in 3.5 days, or 3 days. Live long and nerdy.